Alright guys, so today we're going to do an unboxing. I've already unboxed some of it, as you can see. I've got some iron here, and this is just from an eBay seller. I bought a pound of chelated iron, and basically I already had some iron. I don't think it was the right kind. So I've got some different type. A different type that's like EDTA versus, no, it's DTPA. It just means that in high and low pHs that this iron can be absorbed by plants. So iron has like a few states that it can be in. I think 2 main states. And if your water's acidic, iron will be more bioavailable for your plants. If it's more alkaline like mine, which mine is in the 7.8 range to 8.0 range, most irons aren't going to be available for your plants to use. So this iron should be, and this is just a chelated iron, DTPA, correct? Okay, DTPA, 11% iron. So got that. And then over here what we have, and this is what I'm laughing about, Michael Eugino, so from Green Oasis Farms, has sent me a package. I made an order with him, and I got some plants, and then he even gave me a hat. So I'm actually really excited about this package. And of course, this is what the US Post Office did to it. So look at that sign. Have you ever seen a worse? And I've already talked to Michael. We've already laughed about this. So that's why I'm laughing right now, because we've already talked about it. I let him know immediately that the package came in like this, and you know, so he's been notified. And I'm sure if anything's like damaged, number one, if your package comes in like that, that's a no-brainer. Take pictures of it, and you can generally claim, I think it's like up to $50 with priority boxing. Flat rate priority, you have up to $50 that you can claim with the USPS. And if you show them that box looking like that, it's not going to be hard to get that insurance money back. So it's not hard for him to do that. It's probably not hard for you to do that. And you get that $50 and you just place a new order, and then you try and salvage whatever is in your box. And that might be what we do in this case. I think my order was like up to 60 or 70 or probably higher than that. I bought some stuff, you guys. I really wanted to get some different plants that I do not really have in my fish room. So anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll open the box. By the way, I've got a new knife here, so Swiss Army all the way. Bob can eat it. I saw Bob's new knife. It's not as cool as this one, you guys. Let's just be honest. Like, oh, and then we'll be fancy here. I want to be fancy. I gotta be fancy. We'll pull out the scissors. Alright, Bob. What do you think about this, Bob? Haha! Oh my god, no, don't cut that off. We'll cut this off like that. Alright. Cut that off. Alright, Bob can eat it. My pocket knife is better than his. Go. Come on, package. Quit doing that to me. Alright, it's good enough. Alright, yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright. So, we are in. First thing, the hat. Hat looks good. Michael, awesome. I'm super stoked about this. So you guys, he bagged it. Remember, we talked about this. Oh, alright, so I gotta check out this hat. And then Michael did this special for me, so Kyle's Wild World on the back of the hat. That's pretty sick. I'm excited. I have a hat and I wear it for work occasionally, and now I get to wear this one, so I'm really excited to have that. It's a flex fit, so I mean, this is like actual flex fit, like real hat right here. A fitted hat. I haven't had a fitted hat in a while, you guys. I'm cheap. I don't buy them. So this is really nice. A really nice addition. I have something to wear while I'm in the fish room. And Bob, I bet you're jealous about that. You don't even have a fish room hat to wear. You just have your Eagles hat, or whatever football team you watch. I don't know. All right. right. So, oh my God, that is awesome. So, first thing is the Java fern mat, and it's a good timing for those lights to come on. The Java fern mat. Now, this is something I've been looking for a while. You know, I found them on eBay, and I'm just like skeptical to buy because I don't know, you know, who I'm going to get it from and what they're, you know, going to consider a good, you know, Java fern to be. So, this one from Michael. It looks like it's grown in some type of coconut coir. So, yeah, they grow that in a coconut coir, but these are actual rhizomes just grown on this mat. And that looks good. Looks like we got damage to one leaf, but look at the box. Look at that box. Damage to one leaf. All right. The plant should bounce back. Boy, is that just, yeah, they did a number on this box, but that looks great. I really like that. I can attach that to a piece of like rock or driftwood and then just let it grow. So really happy to have that big, massive, you know, mat of Java fern. That's going to be great for the fish room. Some fish are really hopefully going to like that and see that as a nice place to spawn. What do we have here? Looks like we have some red tiger lotus bulbs. Check these out real quick. Alright. Now, I'm just going to get out and I can get these out without hurting them. What do I got? I have 2 of them. I think that's what's on my order. I think I ordered 2. But, yeah, so red tiger lotus bulbs, looking good. Nice and small. But they're sprouted, so that's like a huge convenience. You know they're alive. Sometimes bulbs don't always make it. Whoops. So when you buy bulbs, like if you're gonna buy a bulb, I always kind of say buy a few extra, because if you want 3 plants and you buy 3 bulbs, well, you might not get 3 plants because they're not always, you know, good. And then looks like, I think this is what he threw in. I told him to surprise me with an Apondageton, and I think he threw in this. So this is a Madagascar lace plant. No, this is a Apondageton ulvaceus. This is right. That's right. I told him I told him to pick what looks good and what comes in good. So this is a Apondageton ulvaceus. It's got those, you know, big wavy leaves to it, and of course it'll grow in thicker than this once we get it into a tank and leave it alone for a while. Let's not drop it. But Apondageton ulvaceus there, looking good. Tap that into its bag. What do we have here? Those are sprouted. I think those are my Madagascar lace bulbs. I think I got Madagascar lace bulbs. Let me look at the order. Madagascar lace, random tiger lotus bulb, Madagascar lace plant, random Apondageton. Okay, I think those are random Apondageton. I just told him to surprise me with something. I think these are ulvaceous. I think that's what they are. Oh, there we go. That's my one lily. So I wanted a lily for outside, for in the ponds. And, wow, that is ridiculous. Look how big the bottom of that is. I actually already ordered 3 from somewhere else on eBay, and they came in really small, not sprouted. I think they all had 1 sprout, so that red is, like, going to be a really nice red if it ends up to be that good. But, real quick, that's not a bad buy right there. Hardy lilies, yeah. Oh, so I can go ahead and I can get that planted out today. And generally what I do for these, what I've been doing, I don't know if it's like the best, but I take like a small bucket, or a small Tupperware dish, and I pack the bottom full of dirt, and then on the top I put some sand or some rock, and then I plant this down in it. That's what I've done for my other ones, and they are already sprouting up. This one looks like it might sprout a little bit quicker. Hopefully I get some nice, beautiful flowers like that. That is a beautiful, beautiful dark red, so I'm really, really excited to get something like that. I think I just broke that piece off. I don't know where that came from. I'm assuming that's like an entirely owned plant. So I don't remember where this came from. I think it came from here by the leaf shape, but that's like its own little bulb right there. That'll become its own plant. So put that there. Then, was that Ovaceous or Madagascar lace? So I thought I had a lace plant in here, a Madagascar lace plant. I'll have to look at that again. And then over here, this should be my corkscrew valve, and this is something he grew. So I told him I wanted some of his from his tubs, and yeah, he definitely gave me a good amount of corkscrew valve here. That'll be great for starting out some tanks and kind of jump starting some of the ponds outside where I want some more corkscrew valve. So that's nice. Alright, get that in there, and then, I mean, I gotta say, everything looks good. There's not like a single damaged problem here. The box looks like hell because it has apparently been through some type of USPS hell. Not quite sure what has happened there. And you can get in touch with Michael via his Facebook page or his YouTube page. I would start out with his YouTube page. Links in the description and on the video now. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting these into some water and give them some care because they did not get any from the United States Postal Service. So yeah, anyways guys, thank you for watching, and stay tuned to see whatever else I decide to put in this video. Alright, real quick, so I wanted to show you the plants all out of, the bags and into some water. I just have them, hanging out in here, acclimating to my water, floating, enjoying some light nice and close, and absorbing some nutrients. So all the plants are doing good. The two tiger lotus bulbs, those are apparently Pondageton Ovaceous, and I knocked the leaves off while I was getting them out of the bags and rinsing them off. I rinse all my plants off, just, I just do it. So I knocked those leaves off. I do expect them to grow back fairly fast. A lot of this, just a lot of this corkscrew valve, he really gave me a lot, so definitely appreciate that. The Java Fern mat is freaking massive. I am loving this. I'm gonna have to buy quite a few more of these, I'll be honest. That thing right there is just so big. I like playing with it too. I gotta see if I can't find this in like a needle leaf and a trident Java Fern as well, but that thing is huge. And then and that is a narrow leaf Madagascar lace. It's not one of the broad-leafed ones, so it's a little bit different than your broad-leaf ones. And I actually think I'm gonna keep this in here. So this is gonna be the Shell Dweller tank. So I think that's gonna be a good fit for there, and maybe the Java Fern as well. But the other ones I do want to get into other tanks and move around to some other tanks. But yeah, I just wanted to show you everything is doing good. I've actually got his, so in some upcoming outside updates, you'll see the pond lily I got from him. Hopefully, he said that thing should take off really, really quick. And by the look of it, it's going to outcompete the other ones that I've planted a few weeks ago. So hopefully in a few weeks, it'll have some nice flower, or well, in probably more like a month. It'll have some flowers, and it'll be looking good, and I can show it off to you guys. Alright, so we're not done there. There's a few more things I want to go over besides the awesome hat with Kyle's Wild World on it, which I really appreciate, Michael. I am just like digging the hat. There's the back if you guys even saw it. It's got his logo on it. I really like it. I don't get hats that fit that often. It's great. So, in the spirit of all this giving, because we're going to do the giveaway now, Michael has agreed to kind of help me out and just add to all of this. So Michael's going to give me a discount code for you guys. It is Kyle's Wild World, and he's telling me that is, you just type in Kyle's Wild World, no spaces, no caps, keep it simple, right? Kyle's Wild World, spelled just like up above, just no caps, no spaces, and that's going to be a 15% discount code on his website. Now, I'll have links to his website in the description. I'll also put links to his eBay account. I don't know if that works through his eBay or just through his website. If you guys have those questions, you can easily clarify them with him on his channel. Definitely check his channel out as well. I think he's got some really good content. He's kind of the person that I ask a lot of questions to as far as shipping goes, because he's got a lot of shipping experience. Well, I really don't. He ships a lot, and I'll also all my experience, the stuff that looks like experience for my outside summer tubbing with the fans and the air stone and all that, like 90% of that stuff comes from him. I grab a few things from other tubers, but most of it are questions that he's helped answer to me because he's in Arizona. It's because it gets like 115 degrees there, like guaranteed every day for the whole entire summer. So he's the one that helps me out a lot there as well. So anyways, Kyle's Wild World gets you 15% off. I would definitely check that out. I mean, he's got some amazing prices, some amazing plants. I'm really liking these. These actually came from his system, so he grew these himself. And a lot of it he does get from seller or shoot me from like I think a wholesaler. So yeah, I don't think anybody can grow Java fern in a mat like that and offer it without, I don't know, acres. I don't know how they do that. But yeah, Java fern in a mat's pretty awesome. I love it. I'm gonna be buying more of those for sure. So anyways, I would definitely recommend that you check him out. And yeah, I think that deal's gonna be going on forever. So indefinitely 15% for Kyle's Wild World. So definitely write that one down and check him out sometime in the future. Alright guys, so okay, quiet it down a little bit. I flooded the tank, this 55 out here. I was like doing some vacuuming and just trying to like clean stuff up and doing water changes, and I flooded that tank really bad, like 5 to 10 gallons, just overflew right here, all the way down and all the way, you know, just over to the 100. And I flooded that tank too, which is my snowball shrimp tank. So flooded it with, you know, probably partially dechlored, but not all the way dechlored water, so it's not too bad. So I went ahead and I dosed dechlor there, redosed dechlor there. Hopefully everything's fine. Just a lot of snails in there, but everything's overdosed on dechlor, so it's a bit of a risk. But for dechlor, what I use now in my fish room is this super dechlor, and it's in a different bottle. But this is, what is that stuff called? They make all of the fake, or not fake, they make all the like herbal meds, and yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't have the bottle anymore because I rebottled it. But yeah, I use Super Dechlorinator Plus, and basically it uses some other type of chemical instead of sodium thisulfate to break the chloramine bond, and you know, basically break down the chlorine bond as well. Or not the chlorine bond, but break down chlorine and make it just harmless, basically, to life. So, and it's been working great. It also has like slime protector and helps age water. So I've been using that instead of the pond prime, and I like it a lot. My fish seem to not mind water changes, even when I do 50% water changes, nearly as much as when I was using pond prime. Now, I think some of it's because this is supposed to have electrolytes and kind of help age the water. If I didn't have 40 tanks, I'd probably use Ultimate by Hikari, which is supposed to be a fairly good dechlorinator from what I've seen. That's what I would use if I didn't have so many tanks, and they sold Ultimate by the gallon, and it was kind of like extra strong. So I can't get that, so I use that instead, and it works. So anyways, what we're gonna go ahead and do now is basically call off the contest. I got a new calendar up, so old calendar with the winning number down there, 637. So the day this video comes out, which should be on Friday, we're calling the contest. So Friday at, you know, at 12 p.m. Thursday night, Friday morning, the contest is no more, and this video should be out on Friday at some point in time. So if you're the 5 closest people to that number, I'll get in contact with you in the comments. Remember, the rules now for that were you have to leave a real comment. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 people who didn't leave comments. They just put numbers. those get excluded. You gotta leave a real comment and your number, and like and be a sub. So those are the stipulations. Pretty simple. If you followed all those rules and you're the 5 closest people, you get picked, and basically you get some stuff sent out to you. And we can go over some of that now. We'll probably go over more of it in email. We'll go through the details of what you have as far as tanks and stocking and all that, and water parameters before I start shipping stuff out, like highlight, CO2, all that stuff. But real quick, kind of the stuff that you can get, almost anything out of here except for my Ludwigia Red. Alternate Reneki you can, but it's not doing good. So FYI, you're gonna need to make it do good because it's not doing good in there. But Rotala Rotundifolia, Alternate Reneki, Rotala Colorada, skipping that. You can actually get some of these little baby red Reuben swords. So I've got 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5, maybe, I don't know if I can give away all 5. Like, I don't know if everybody can get one, but I've got like 1, 2, 3 good ones in small little pots that I'll ship out. Hygrophilia augustifolia, definitely give some of that away. Limnophilia heterophilia, definitely. Moving on to this tank, Pogostemon stellatus, definitely. Bacopa carolina, definitely. Ludwigia repens, more Limnophilia heterophilia. And then moving on to some of the higher tech stuff. If you do have a high-tech tank and you would like some stuff for your high-tech tank, highlight. I mean, if you're not running at least highlight, some of this stuff, just like really one of these things isn't going to be for you. And that is the Ludwigia Cuba. So if you're not running CO2 and highlight, you probably don't want it. I'm not you. I mean, you, if you want to tell me you want it, I'll send it out to you. So. And you can do what you want with it. It's a good chance to try it and get it, and maybe, who knows, maybe you'll teach us all a lesson and prove that Ludwigia Cuba can grow in medium light. And it's kind of happening over here in this green water tank. It's not as big, it's not as beautiful, it's not as, you know, vibrant, it's not getting the pinks and reds to it. It's staying smaller, it's more compact, it's greener. So, I mean, you see what you're going to get, and this is probably where I'm going to give it to you out of. Now, I literally started like 3 months ago, 2 months ago with like 5 like immersed grown stems, and I've turned it into a bush in here, into these 2 massive bushes in here. So Ludwigia Cuba up for grabs, Amania gracilis up for grabs. I've got to think if I'm going to do anything in here. Most of that stuff is what I have is really small amounts, so maybe some stuff in here. So I don't particularly do well with this plant anymore. I'm not sure why. And what this is Hygrophilia pinnatophyta. I happen to have 1 plant on a lava rock here. It's not doing too hot. If you have highlight, again, that's highlight for that plant. And you want to nurse that back to health, I'll shoot it to you. No issues, no worries. I actually do have, so I'll put the name of this plant up on the screen now, and I actually have a lot of that stuff shooting all over the place. You can see it. It branches out and grows quite well in medium light. I don't think it needs CO2. So maybe some of that stuff, and everything else in here is kind of just, I'm nursing to a point where I can actually have it. So I've got some other kind of special plants that I wanted for a while in here. Got those from Hans Aquatics, and maybe pearlweed. It's one of those things that I don't have a lot of. I have a small bush, and I really need to work on that. But if you want a small portion, possibly I can get you, like, you know, a small portion. Now, my pearlweed, I literally started with like 6 to 7 like 4-inch stems, and I've made that. But that's CO2 daily dosing. And for you guys as well, hopefully you're dosing ferts every day. Otherwise, I can't guarantee that these plants are going to do good for you. Now, the one plant that might do good if you have good light and you're not dosing is the Limnophilia heterophilia. That seems to do good with no fertilizer dosing. And I have some right here. And it does alright. This is where I planted it, nice bushy. It gets thinner because literally it was shaded out with a mat of water lettuce. I removed that today, hoping I could get some more, oh my goodness, some more light to it. Check out that shrimp. Oh my god, he just ran away. Why'd you do that? It was a Spider-Man shrimp, dude. That was totally the nicest blue red really I think I've ever seen. Now these are the blue dreams I got from Lucas, and now ADD is kicking in full swing. Okay, there he is. Check this shrimp out. Check him out real quick. Come on, just focus. That's so sick. And that's just a trait of blue dreams, throw a lot of weird colors like that. So I'll have to pull him out because I want these guys to breed true for me. That's what I'm really trying to work on, is some blue dreams that breed true. So I'll pull him out, and I actually have a blue dream coal tank. Ooh, there's another really good shot. Check him out real quick. Just a little bit of ADD, you guys. Just a small amount of ADD. Come back here. Where are you going? Pretty cool, right? Alright, so enough of that. Trying to think. I mean, if you want floating plants, I've got a good amount of water lettuce, duckweed. We got tons of duckweed. Yeah, duckweed, and maybe I've got a few redroot floaters. I could part with like a few. And then I do have some frog bit as well. Not a lot, but I've got enough to part with. At least inside. I actually have quite a bit outside. So that's just a quick cap on what we could do for plants. I'm trying to make this quick because I want to get to another topic. I don't want this video to be forever. We've already got an unboxing in here. So right here, I've got just a mass of mystery snails all up for grabs, any color you want. I have a lot of browns, so you'll probably get sent a few browns, but I've got blues, I've got yellows. I've got yellows with these really brown dark shells, kind of cool, different, something you don't see. I've got these opals and everything in here I've bred myself. There may be 2 blues like that. You see that blue with that weird shell? That's a Petco. That's one of my original breeders, or a PetSmart, one of the 2. So one of my original breeders. But everything else, all these small ones are bred by me and should have a much healthier, basically it should be a healthier snail. So that's what you'll get. You'll get something like that guy right there, and then maybe a few of these big old, no, that's actually a PetSmart one, but maybe a few of these big brown ones like those. And I really like these guys because they have all their tentacles. So if you put them in a tank with, you know, that doesn't have a fish that's going to eat those, they're going to keep those, and they're going to look cool. And you don't really see these guys with that full tentacle growth. It just always gets eaten by fish. So it's kind of a bummer, but you know. So those are up for grabs. And oh, one more thing. So we've got the 5 original winners. I'm going to do an honorary gift to one of my top 5 first ever subscribers to my channel. And she's done this for me twice. So that is April. I recently sent April some pink ram's horns, and I've happened to do some rearranging on some tanks, took some tanks down, and I ended up with a couple handfuls of pinks, and I threw them all into here. So not only is this raising up all my mysteries, but it's also looking in parasnailing. He used that too. But it's also raising up pink ram's horns. So I've got a pretty good line of pinks going in here. You can see they've got the white shell with that nice red body. Another pink there. Would you get off of that crypt? Seriously, you gotta do that? Some pretty good looking pinks there. So yeah, I've done some pretty good, I put some pretty good sturdy lines in here, I want to say. Like that guy right there may have a little bit of red, like actual red ram's horn. So he might have a little bit of brown tinge to his shell, which is not a true pink, but it's a small amount, and that could easily be bred out or just culled out and removed. So it's not hard to do when they're this pink. A lot of reds that you get from people have brown shells and red bodies, like a brownish red. My reds come with they're pinks mixed with reds, and I did that intentionally to have a better red. But yeah. So April, you get some pinks. Anybody else, if you would like pinks, just ask. I do have quite a bit of reds in here, and these are just reds and pinks mixed. There's some more pinks, pretty good pinks in here. Oh, a few more things, and then I'm gonna call this a wrap for showing you what you can get. Food cultures. So a few things here. White worms, and I'll kind of show you real quick. That's what I got. There's flies in there, so there's they're infested with fruit flies. Not too bad. When I give them to you, you're probably not gonna get any fruit flies. But when you set up your culture, and I'll make a video following this one soon, when you set up your culture, if you see any flies, I'll cover how to get rid of them. It's pretty easy. Just take the container outside, wave the lid over it, make sure you get the flies out, and then smush any larvae or pupae that you see on the sides. The pupae will look like that. They just attach themselves to the sides, you just mush them. But the way I'm going to harvest these, it should be fairly pure. I should be able to sift through it easily and ensure that you don't get any invasive intruders. But white worm cultures, vinegar eels, if I have enough vinegar eels are totally up for grabs. What is up with this? Oh my god, okay, how many times do I have to put water in this thing for it to fill up? Vinegar eels, they're not going strong, but I have them. Micro worms, I have those too. I'm trying to think. It's kind of it for my cultures. When I send you out the white worms, I will send you a few red wrigglers and some springtails in there as well. And the red wrigglers are there to basically make the culture last longer. So when you get your culture started, you're talking about 6 to 8 weeks of life. It lasts a very long time. And when it goes bad, it just goes sour and it just kind of starts to smell. It doesn't work as good. They stop producing as well. And this is something you can feed and should feed every single day and harvest from every single day as well. So if you have a fish tank, they're eating live food every day. This is going to save you a lot of money. Your fish are going to color up really great. I'm going to send you out food with it as well. I really suggest that you do this because with that small tiny culture, you make one of these, then you turn that one into 2, and then with those you can make giant ones like I do. And I literally, off my giant ones, I can feed my entire fish room when they get going strong. So that's another thing up for grabs. I don't have any shrimp. Sadly, no shrimp at the time to give. One last thing. Maybe guppies if you want any, talk to me. Those are guppies. They're just mixed. Nothing really special. But marbled crayfish, if they're legal in your state, I can give you one of those 2-inch guys. Probably one of those little ones there, like a 1-incher. I'll send you out like 3 1-inchers if they're legal in your state. Something like that right there. And smaller because they'll ship better. So I've already done my testing with these guys. They should ship, and yeah, I think that's kind of a good base of what I want to cover. We're at like 16 minutes, but it's better than like the 40-minute one I had made earlier before this. Just way too long. There's way too much stuff to cover. So that being said, there's a few other things I want to cover for the giveaway, and I'm gonna go sit here in front of my tank for this. Alright, so there's a few other things I want to cover for this, and it's not the fact that I look like I got punched in the eye. I don't know what happened. I did go collecting killifish recently, and I'm pretty sure I hit myself in the face a few times on logs. Pretty sure a few times. And yeah, it either happened then and I just don't remember, or I get bit by a spider, or I whacked my face on one of my tanks. I just don't remember. So I'm not sure what happened there. But besides my face, check the hat out. That's from Michael Eugino, so the guy who gave me the box. I think I showed you the hat. But yeah, he gave me the hat, so like I'm super stoked. I generally don't have hats because hats don't fit me very well, so that's what he'd given me, and it's awesome. I have a hat that is fish tank related and that actually fits me and that I like to wear. So I'm getting off topic. I was talking about this, then the hat. So for the giveaway, a few things I want to cover. Now, part of the reason I'm shipping stuff out to you guys is I need people to correspond with me and talk to me about the package when it arrives. I need to know, I would like to know, like temps, probably not, doesn't matter that much. Would like to know temps. I'm going to be doing some test runs here, so I may go, it depends. Certain packages will be packed in smaller packages because I just want to see. And it's not because you're getting less or the other person's getting more. It's simply because I want to see how certain ones do in certain areas of the country. I'm hoping that it's not like all going to Florida or all going to Washington or something like that. Hopefully it spreads out, you know, New York, Washington, New Mexico, Florida, Oklahoma, places like that. And so basically, and this is not really part of the rule, you don't have to, but I would greatly appreciate it if you would tell me, you know, the condition of the box, the conditions of everything that arrived, whether it arrived alive or dead. You know, shoot me a few pictures of the open box, the outside of the box. Let me see if USPS decide to destroy that box, and like, you know, like we saw now, and that way I can see, okay, they sat on it, and I can see how well everything did inside of there, if it did good, if it did bad, if I need to add more, you know, packing insulation, if I should add less packing insulation, all that kind of stuff. So I'm reaching out and hoping that you guys will kind of give back to me a little bit and just give me some information and help me learn how to ship better, because I've got a lot in here, and there's not a lot of people in Dallas, Texas that either want this stuff or are worthy of getting this stuff, know what this stuff that I have is. I don't think people know the difference between hobbyist bred fish and store-bought Petco LFS fish. And our LFS fish aren't very good here, not because they're not good from where they're getting them, but when they land here, they don't land in very good clean water. Our water's really hard, so when you go to get that epistogramma, it's like going through a shock period when you get it. Plus, it's just been shipped and it lands and it shocks, and it's just a disaster kind of here in my area. I haven't really found a whole lot of good local fish stores, so trying to branch out and get to other parts of the country with the stuff that I have, and I would appreciate it if you guys would help me. So that's it for the giveaway. I think on top of all that, the 5 people, my honorary winner, and I do have up for grabs a few. I think I'm going to send out a few more packages. I don't know how many. Could be 1 more, could be 3 more, 2 more, I don't know. It could be more than that, could be less, could be none. And that's going to be based off of people that still want to participate and possibly getting something and also giving back something. Now, this isn't going to be giving back anything to me. This is going to be giving back greatly to the hobby and to another person in the hobby who's been in this hobby for a while now. And this person recently has had some, not recently had back problems, but I think from what I've gathered, they've been having back problems and it's caught up with them. And now they're in a wheelchair for a lot of the period of time. I mean, I don't know what the full situation is, but this person they can't walk around anymore with a bucket and a hose. They can't walk around with their python and put it in the tank and then take it to the sink. They've got to go via wheelchair, and that's not easy. Now I'm talking about Mike. I'm not going to say his last name because I don't know exactly how to say it. Mike from Aquanut. You guys probably know who it is. You might not. You should. I still, to this day, every time I look at fish food, I always think back to the fish food video. They debuffed every single ingredient that you could ever see in fish food. And they link it to more amazing stuff and a more amazing research by other people, and they did an amazing job. So that is one of my favorite videos by them, and they have many, many more like that, of that quality. So definitely check them out, subscribe to them. Please, it's well worth your time. Check out that video as well if you want to learn how to buy fish food and what to look for as well. So, you know, he's got his back issues, and I've recently worked up, because in a few of his past, like 2 videos, he, you know, kind of asked for some help. I think he needed someone to help him create a better way to do a, you know, gravel back. So he can't reach into his tank. You know, he's sitting in a wheelchair, so when he has to reach into his tank and get that gravel back in there, he's got, you know, he's got big cichlids, he's got parrots, Oscars, big fish. And when he goes to gravel back, the fish knocks it around, and he's literally got to, you know, sit on the edge of his wheelchair, reach in, and it's not safe for him to do that. I think he maybe better off than others in their wheelchair, and we're not just trying to help him, we're trying to help, you know, all handicapped people who want to take part in this hobby. And I think, you know, that it means a lot to me because it can help a lot of people. It can help vets who, let's say, have PTSD and they're coming home, and it opens up the opportunity for them to get an aquarium if they can get on YouTube and see someone who's making it, you know, accessible for them if they're in a wheelchair and, you know, they've had to go through traumatic experiences with being put in that wheelchair, and I can't even imagine what that's like. And then all that, yeah, they've got to be put there, and then, you know, to come home, and I just imagine it would be a lot. It would be really good if we could give them the tools to make aquarium keeping and, you know, the maintenance on the aquarium something that they can do, and they don't have to rely on others. I mean, you get home, you're in a wheelchair, you're maybe already relying on others, and then you want to find something that you can do that's other than watching TV and maybe reading a book or playing video games, something that takes you and your mind away from whatever it is in your day that you don't like I do and quite a few others do. That's why we have the aquariums. That's why I got into keeping aquariums. And you don't want to ask others to help you always. It's not part of the fun when you've got to ask, you know, hey, well, you know, I got this aquarium now, can you do all the maintenance for me? It's not necessarily fun, and I think making it accessible for those types of people would be a great thing that we could do. So I'll sum this up. If you can come up with ideas that make our hobby accessible for people in wheelchairs, people maybe with less than one arm, people with not all 5 fingers, people with seeing, hearing disabilities, anything that you can think of that is outside of the box that could help someone do something easier. And if you could share that, whether it's you message it to me, you email it to me, you take a video, you take a picture, whatever. I think pictures would be great. Just kind of showing a picture of you showing how it could be used. You give me something real that is seriously usable, and you know, I will ship you out another care package, just another one of these where you can pick whatever kind of snails and vertebrates you want, any kind of plants you want, and that's like, you know, 3 to 5 plants, free shipping, of course, food cultures, probably some dry goods, some stuff I'm gonna think up, you know, maybe some fertilizers, maybe I should throw you some DIY ferts that I use. You know, I can throw you some iron. That's chelated iron, works in soft water, hard water, alkaline, acidic water. And that right there could save you a lot of money instead of having to go pay 30 bucks, 15, 20 bucks for fluval or C-chem iron. You can save some money and just have some shipped to you in some powder or some distilled water in an old, like in what I do, an old, you know, an old dechlor bottle, and now you've got some iron. So, you know, maybe some stuff like that. We'll just kick back and forth. It's the same as the contest. What you need, what you want, and we'll make it happen. I'll help you if you can help the hobby. And I think that covers everything, guys. So I want to say thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I really think that covers it, guys. So I really want to say thank you. If you want to be a part of like the second giveaway and you want to do the contest, and it's not a contest, it's just if you can help, I'm glad to help you. If you're, you know, willing to put in some effort to help others, I'm more than happy to make your tanks look better, give you some better looking plants, give you some Cuba, give you one of the other plants that we saw. I think that's fair to give back to those who, you know, give. I think that's only fair. So anyways, I think that covers it, guys. Thank you for watching. Yeah, so anyways, I will see you on the next video, and have a good one.